for the safety of the crew, which you see there on your screen, your safety, we recommend you sit back and watch as we'll continue to bring you the best possible views.
The last burn that the Dragon spacecraft executes and is what really locks it in for that precise landing. As you can see on your screen right now, Nick, Sunny, Butch, and Alexander are you. As I mentioned earlier, Dragon is flying itself. So all the crew has to do is stay strapped into their seats and keep tabs on things. Though I must say, we'll start with calculating daily return options based off of the space station's current orbit and Dragon's capabilities to maneuver and line up for re-entry. The time from undocked
new zone based on real-time weather data. These checks happened all the way up until we were in the final hours before the deorbit burn, which has just about a minute or so left in it. And this is the last burn, beginning to see that plasma trail as Dragon re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. All of that is expected. We are anticipating an acquisition of signal around 2:51 p.m. Pacific time, so just minutes from now. And you may
from the WB-57 plane, that heat shield we can see doing magnificent work as it works to
SpaceX contract.
About 119 miles per hour. We can see
15 kilometers. Brace for drogue window.
we can see seat rotation happening inside the capsule. Great to get those first views of our crew members. Once again, the capsule. That view was from inside. A great view there of the reefing on those parachutes, and as those parachutes, those main parachutes, four beautiful, healthy wings. Now awaiting visuals of splashdown.
Crew 9 just minutes away from splashing down.
This is really such an incredible shot. That
Copy,
was
600.
That was a live view from our recovery vessel, Megan, which is stationed
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Copy, splashdown. We see main chutes cut.
And as you can see on your screen, we have visual confirmation of splashdown. Dragon Freedom has returned home, and NASA astronauts.
System safety verifications are in progress. We'll report back when recovery personnel are inbound.
I suppose we weren't kidding when we said they were fast. While it does take about 30 minutes for the main recovery vessel to make its way over to the capsule, these fast folks will be doing a couple of things simultaneously. A couple of them are going to be working to retrieve the parachutes that you see in the background there of this. They're also checking to make sure that any residuals from the pyros are safe and are not going to cause any issues. We can see the team working their way around the spacecraft to basically seamlessly undock from the International Space Station, completed a series of departure burns, jettisoning its trunk section, and performed its final burn, the deorbit burn. This placed the Dragon spacecraft on a trajectory toward
Procedures ahead of lifting onto the nest of the recovery vessel Megan. We heard it's going to be about 25 minutes or so until that lift actually takes place.
And to ensure that no more hypergolic fumes or vapors come out from the spacecraft, they'll also place harnessing around the spacecraft that are required in order to lift it out of the water.
automatically perform additional minor system reconfigurations. The astronauts will remain seated and in their suits at this point, but the onboard air conditioning keeps things temperature controlled inside the spacecraft so the crew remains comfortable, and the communication systems
SpaceX contract.
ready so they can attach Dragon's hoist strings and connect to the lifting lines. It will take us less than an hour to raise Dragon to the recovery boat and remove the crew from the spacecraft. After medical checkout, the crew will return to land within 4 hours by helicopter. A very special treat. NASA Public Affairs Officer Jaden Jennings was actually on the recovery vessel and had a bird's eye view of the splashdown today. Jaden, how are you? How was the view from the recovery vessel?
Hi, Sandra. How do you trail as the spacecraft was coming in? And then moments later, we spotted those strobe shoots, and it was quickly followed by 4 healthy white and orange main parachutes. We then tracked Dragon all the way down as it slowly propelled into the ocean. And I think I speak for all of us on the ship when I say a new.
And Jaden, if you did just want to go ahead and let us know what is next to retrieve the crew, we are continuing to get some great news on. I mean, that water just looks beautiful. We had ideal splashdown parameters today, obviously. Wave height there a concern. The weather is beautiful, as Jaden mentioned. It's sunny. Looking forward to seeing Crew 9 exit the capsule here shortly once they get hoisted onto the recovery vessel. Megan.
See the recovery vessel slowly but surely closing the distance there between. Oh, no, we can't back again. We can see that the Dragon capsule and the recovery vessel distance is closing. Again, this is just one more step as we continue to work recovery operations for Dragon Freedom, and we anticipate the lift of the Dragon capsule to occur here in just a few minutes. Now, once all of the rigging is on the capsule and it's hooked up to the recovery vessel, you will see the hydraulic arm, which is that kind of like bridge-like structure there at the closer to the recovery vessel, and we usually get a really good view of that particular operation from one of the onboard cameras from the recovery vessel. That is an operation that I have a lot of respect and admiration for, that individual that does that. We just saw that hydraulic arm get lowered into the lifting position. That arm will be the mechanism that is utilized to lift Dragon up and out of the water and into the nest located there at the aft end of the recovery vessel.
And the recovery vessel being used today is
One from any potential damage. Oh, we can see the recovery crew member there taking photos of the side hatch seal. This is part of the standard operation for recovery. These photos will get saved into our procedure. We'll then install that protective frame around the side hatch. This helps to ensure that the side hatch itself, the edges of it incur no damage while crew members are coming out from the spacecraft. There was also a recovery team member that went inside. So there are now 5 people on board the Dragon spacecraft. You can see folks on board clapping as our first crew member.
And that is NASA astronaut Nick Hay, commander of Crew 9. Now out of Crew Dragon Freedom. Smiles, thumbs up, and a wave. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that is one happy camper, that's for sure. As we said before, it is standard procedure for all of our long-duration crew members to receive assistance upon egressing from the spacecraft. We basically help them move off of the recovery deck into private medical quarters for their initial consultation with the SpaceX flight surgeon. So we'll see that take place for all 4 of our crew members today. Sled down the ramp into the mobility aid. Again, big smile.
Now the 2 crew members remaining in Dragon are NASA astronauts Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore. They completed 286 days in space.
One of the remaining footrests being removed from the Dragon spacecraft. For those of you that have just recently joined, the Dragon had an on-time splashdown. Oh, looks like we're getting our next crew member here. That is none other than Sunny Williams. Big smile, big waves. She, like her other crew members, now will be assisted onto the mobility aid.
There we have it, some waves, some thumbs up, and some smiles.
Definitely seems to be a theme among all recovery operations.
Absolutely. And of course, that leaves NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore inside Dragon in seat 4. We're getting some views of him now as he egresses or exits the spacecraft.
Once again, some elation and cheers there from Butch Wilmore. As we mentioned before, returning to Earth coming from a retrogravity environment and recapping on the body. So it is customary and just standard procedure for all of our long-term space residents to get assistance once they are back on board the recovery vessel.